And then let me get TikTok. Oh, wait, I forgot to do that. Edge of Fate Reveal. All right. So we're just gonna have the game up on the screen for until we get noises. What are you talking about? Loud noises, Wolf Rose. Good morning, Wolf Rose. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully, y'all are having a good Tuesday. I know this is a little bit out of the sorts for me to be streaming, but I was like, you know what? Edge of Fate reveal. Might as well co-stream this and get some actual live reactions to this. Who knows? Might be able to make some clips out of this. All right, 1 second, chat. I got a freaking. Oh no, the servers are offline. Okay. Is it? Oh, there was downtime? Okay. I was like, wait a second. So, if anything, I'll just freaking sit here in orbit. Hold on a second, chat. I got to freaking blow my nose. Yay! Now I'm not freaking clogged. Oh my god. Chat, how's everybody doing? Are we ready? Are we ready to be edged? Sorry, the jokes will never stop. The jokes will never stop. All right, I'm also gonna take the time to like finish up my breakfast this morning. So hard. Oh my god, we're edging so hard, chat. We had over a year with Edge Transit. Cajun likes being edged. Hey, yo, excuse you? Better check yourself. Bacon is so fucking good. I forgot to do something last night. Chat. So what are we expecting out of this? Honestly, I want...
Don't stop, make ginger pop.
Fuck. Weirdo. All right. I need to go through my commands real quick and see if I have anything for... No, I do not have a clan one. All right, so we're going to have to make a clan. Did he send me anything with, like... 1 second, chat. Hey, Bungie Live. Okay, are they? Yeah, no, they're not live. Well, oh wait, are they? That's a... Hold on. Let me refresh. There we go. There we go, chat. All right. Hold on. Let me undo that. We'll close Destiny. We'll pause the music. Let me make sure that I don't have... Yep, I did. Oh. Ooh, that music sounds good. Yeah, still though, we can like we can sit here and listen to this while this is gearing up. Oh, I forgot to click start. Oh my god, I'm a dork. I was wondering why one chat wasn't up and live and running, and now I know why, because freaking TikTok wasn't there. I didn't click go live. Leaving one platform out of the conversation. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I need to make a command for the clan. All right. We're going to do 2. All right. So clan. let me move my mouse over there. There we go. Come on. Are you looking for a command that not only teaches, but also... Oh, that was a bit of a lag spike on their side. One second, chat. All right, there we go. Get this freaking command put in my Firebot, so that way... Okay, I need to refresh that spelling, because whoopsie! I was supposed to do this last night. All right, now let me go back in and edit that. So that way I can put that on a, what do you think? 30-second cooldown? Yeah. And then we're gonna do another one. Thank you for the likes over on the live. What's up, everybody? Welcome in, everybody, over on the TikTok side. We are getting this thing rolling. Ewan, thank you for the heart me over on TikTok. Hey, Wayne, how's it going? Okay, I'm already seeing a problem on my caster labs. We're going to switch over to multi-chat. Yep, it came through. Wayne, apologize if I didn't respond to you quick enough. I'm so sorry. Clan Discord. Oh, wait, that's the wrong freaking... Sorry, chat. I'm trying to do a little bit of bot maintenance real quick. Reveal where we'll be going, at least how the 9 will be a part of this, and some exotic weapons. I hope they show us a little bit more. Is it out yet? 21 minutes. 21 minutes and we get the reveal of Edge of Fate. Okay, let me freaking get this Discord link. No problem, Tom. And like I said, for anybody watching, you're more than welcome to check them out. Also, make sure, I think there's a emblem if you're watching directly from their live. Actually, I need to check something. Is their YouTube up and running? Because if they're live on their YouTube, I might do that so that way we don't get the freaking Twitch shindigs. Well, no, the emblem drops is going to be there. Oh, Warriors of Bound Discord. All right. So for my mods, I have 2 new commands, clan and clan Discord. So this was something that I was talking to Bound with the other day to make sure that we're on the same level as far as like having the proper commands and whatnot. All right, when does the reveal drop? So the reveal is going to be in 20 minutes. As far as when the content is going to drop, this is going to be, right now, everything is pointing to July 15th. In game, it's pointing to July 15th. So this is going to be like Bungie's confirmation. Are they actually going to deliver on time, or is this going to be a pushback? And to be honest, I don't think it's going to be a pushback, considering the fact that episode Heresy is lasting a lot longer. We're getting the Right of the 9. And then on top of that, if they push back any further, it would interfere, possibly cause problems for the Marathon team. They won't interfere with GCXO. Yes, I did get confirmation the other day. One of the head social media guys responded to somebody. I think it was Bog on my dog. They responded and said that they've confirmed Edge of Fate raid will not interfere with Gaming Community Expo, which is something that Bungie kind of attends as well, and a lot of D2 creators attend. So if you're going to GCX this year, by the way, stay safe, stay hydrated, have fun out there. I hope the best, but it will not interfere with the day one raid race. So go have fun at GCX, and we'll see what happens. I'll be back for the reveal log. Hey, no problem, Jackson. Like I said, chat, we're going to be hanging out today doing this. And also setting expectations. I'll be honest, I've been dodging leaks left and right. Had a couple of mutuals come over to me and say, hey, have you seen the leaks? I'm like, no, because I want to be surprised. What time is the reveal? 18 minutes, 28 seconds and counting. It is 11. It will be at 11 a.m. Central. So, yeah. Apparently, there's some leaks already going out. So take that with a grain of salt. Also, unless it's from the word of mouth from Bungie, don't accept it as truth. Jared Sullivan, thank you for the follow over on the Tiki Talks. Welcome to the Bayou. I'm guessing either week. I have a feeling now. Edge of Salvation was like week 1, and that was because they were trying to get the raid done so that way we could jump right into the following week, starting with episode Echo. So if it's July 15th, let me pull up a calendar real quick, chat, so that way I'm on mark. Okay, so July 15th is a Tuesday. It's possible they could do it July 18th, but the kicker was that the raid is always week 1. No, there was actually one time where it was a week 2 event. There was one time. Can't remember which raid, but I want to say it was one of the earlier raids. So there has been precedent for it. Hey, Charles, seriously, if you're going to come in here just being an ass, bro, I'll block. I have zero qualms with it. Seriously. Yeah, bye. Jesus Christ. I'm not going to get into fucking arguing contest this morning. I've got zero freaking... But anyways, and considering the fact that Bungie has confirmed that, how are we doing this morning? Doing good, Belted. Just had to freaking, block somebody because they wanted to be freaking uppity. And look, the fact that content creators and others have been asking Bungie for a while now, since as far back as March, if the raid, day 1 raid, was going to interfere with gaming GCX, which, once again, there's only been one instance of a 2-week launch for a raid. The fact that they were asking Bungie, that says, hey, it's not outside of the realm of possibility. It all depends upon how they're setting up this campaign, number 1. And number 2, how they're doing the light level system this time around. We don't know. There could be a major shakeup. There have been rumors for a long time that there were going to be a major shakeup. And so far, the only shakeup we've seen was account power. So take that, once again, grain of salt. But it looks like possibly we could see the week 1 raid once again. But some people are flying in from overseas the week before GCX. That's true. And that's another thing too. It's like, okay, like how much time are they going to get to do the day 1 raid? Because a lot of people like to do that. And also to anybody flying in from overseas, my mutual creators, please stay safe. Please stay safe. Oh my God. I won't lie. If I didn't have some issues going on, I would so be gone. So, some people were talking about that last night, and I'll talk about that. That when Bungie announced that, right? That the head of social media for Bungie announced that it would not interfere with GCX. A lot of people were speculating that they could release it like a week early. And I was like, that's a massive, like, for those that don't know, that's a massive change. Like that there's a lot of steps that have to happen to launch early or even delay it. There's steps, because remember, any patches, updates to your game have to be approved on console. That means certification by Sony, certification by Microsoft, right? And then you've also got to make sure that all your assets and everything are in line. I wanted to go, but I could not afford the hotel room by myself. I feel that, Brian. Look, I've been to cons before where I've had to share a room with somebody. There's pros and cons to it, right? You know, you save money, but then you got to hope and pray that you know the person that you're freaking rooming with, and they're not assholes. What time does the reveal start? 12 minutes, 50 seconds. The countdown is happening, chat. No, Tally, you cannot come up on the desk. I've got food. We're almost there, chat. But I'm looking forward to this, to see what's going on with the 9 and what's causing us to go to this planet. You know, there has to be a little bit of causality, if you will. Sorry, China. I'm also going to take a second to eat a little bit more of my breakfast. Prime, I will get that here in a second. Thank you so much. Biscuits and gravy. Yes, Tally. Is there a live preview of something today? Yes. The Edge of Fate reveal, the next upcoming expansion for Destiny 2. We're going to be doing a live reaction. It's happening in 11 minutes, 40 seconds. One second for the Twitch chat. I'll fix that. All right, there we go. All right, is the witness coming back? Nah, he got smoked. Going by everything there, we're dealing with the 9. I did not know about that. How? Were you living under a rock? If you go to handpick something to add it or bring back to D2, what would it be? Ooh, if I got the chance to bring something back to Destiny 2, the Red War and Forsaken campaigns, like, absolutely top tier. Those need to be in the game. Like, and I was thinking about it last night. We could set those up like on the legacy section in the campaign, to where you would have both campaigns. You don't need like the world locations for those missions, right? You can just access all the missions right there. So that way, all of the freaking new lights or new players coming into the game, they have the story, all the story for D2, right? Now, added bonus, if possible, just saying if possible, someplace where you can go to interact and be able to watch the cut scenes from all the seasons, right? So that way you can kind of catch up, or at least Bungie, here's an idea. All of the seasons from year 1, year 2, year 3, so on and so forth. Take all those cutscenes, all those stories, have it narrated, and do it to where it's like just under a minute, but basically it streamlines the story of those seasons for clarification. Because remember, a good story is connected. Anyways, is it $80? We don't know the pricing just yet. I'm gonna put this out there. if they try to sell okay, so remember, the expansion this year is going to be split up every 6 months. So instead of a yearly expansion, it's now biannually. If they try to sell that at $60 per 6 months, Bungie's dead on Destiny 2 is dead on arrival at that point. I mean, the Edge of Fate is dead on arrival, because there's no way, even for myself, I can't justify it. I can't justify recommending that to anybody for that price. 6 months of content for $60, no go. Now, if it's in the ballpark of 40, plausible. But I have a feeling that Bungie's going to try and sell this the whole year in a bundle. I'm willing to wager it. I'm willing to make bets, because that would still fit with their motif of yearly expansions. They're going to do it under the guise of simplicity. I'd love to have every raid in one game. I miss Wrath and Eater so much. Oh, Eater was a good one. But you know what? Scourge of the Past. Like, okay. The raids that got removed in Destiny 2, right? Out of all those raids, as much as I like Eater, right? Scourge of the Past is a fun one. And then the Leviathan raid was just, oh, so freaking good. Like, if they updated the mechanics on that, right? Brought it more in line, more challenging. Oh, some of those were just so good. You think there's going to be a new subclass? I doubt it. At that point, we would literally have 3 years back to back of new subclasses. I think it's kind of like, okay, let's fine tune and improve the ones that we got now. Let's not give more. 7 minutes, 8 seconds, chat. They doing drops? I believe they are. Alex Davis, you think there's gonna, yeah, I already answered that. Never got the scout from Scourge of the Past. Oh, I forgot about that scout rifle. Oh God, it was so good. I've not read, wait. Makai, I think I might be dyslexic or something, because I have not read no one invite me to play. You might want to double check your what you're trying to say in the sentence, Eagle. I hope they bring back the 2019 Solstice armor. It's not bad. I mean, I can kind of see it. One would hope. Sorry, I meant to say I've never been invited to any raid, not at all. Hey, Makai, real quick, if you're looking to join a clan that not only teaches content but does end game content, as well as being accepting of all players, then consider checking out the Warriors of Bound. This is a clan that is being run by Bound Effigy. If you know who that is, check him out. But if you go to the page that is on my page, if you catch the drift, there's a Discord. Scroll all the way down. You'll find a Discord for the Warriors of Bound. Check it out. Never rated, no one invited him or her, I think. Yeah, they clarified it. No reason to play D2 if they announced D3, to be honest. Here's the thing. I'm gonna jump on that debate just for this like split second, but I'm gonna say this. At this point, there's no reason to do D3. There's absolutely no reason. Now, do they need to do a lot of work on D2? Abso-freaking-lutely. They need to get it more stable. They need to get it more polished. At the same time, they need to try and find a way to bring back the old content to where there's more continuity. And then you remove one of the biggest gripes that people have said. Oh, I bought something, I can't access it now. I agree. But here's the thing. In order to do development for Destiny 3, let's say on the hypothetical, Bungie would need Destiny 2 to keep going, number one. Number two, Bungie would also need Marathon to be successful. And I'm talking about hard successful. In order to even considering start hiring new development team in order to try to make that move. At the same time, I'm gonna throw this out there. Are you as players ready to lose a lot of your cosmetics and things that you've bought over the years for a new game, which, by the way, track record with Bungie, when they went from D1 to D2, that was a massive step backwards. If everybody remembers it, if you were there, you know what I'm talking about. Do we want to run that risk again? I'm hoping they learned from it, but still plausibility. Haven't played D2 since D2 launch with static rolls. Game was chopped out of the gate. Bingo. If there was a way to merge D1 and D2, oh, absolutely. I think that would be one of the biggest, it would be one of the biggest wins. Big time. Christopher Edwards, thank you for the follow over on TikTok. Chat, 3 minutes, 20 seconds. I am going to try and scarf the rest of my freaking food down. Got me some, had me country fried chicken and gravy this morning. Along with some biscuits and gravy. Chat, what did you have for breakfast this morning? What did you eat to edge yourself for the fate reveal? How much D2 vanilla issues were caused by Activision? That's a loaded question. That's a loaded question, Tristan. It really is. Because here's the thing. I'm going to say it's yes and no. I'm going to answer it yes and no. Here's the reason why. To launch Destiny 2, they needed the help of Toys for Bob, Sledgehammer Games, High Moon Studios. That's three major, well, I'm going to say one major studio, two minor studios, but all significant in their right within the Activision portfolio. They were needed to help not only Destiny 2 launch, but also to get Destiny 2 on PC. They're the reason why we have a PC version, number one. Number two, there have been reports for a long time of the tit for tat between Bungie and Activision, and then Activision and Bungie. So it could go either way about who caused who more problems. Ricardo Darte, hopefully you said that last one right. Thank you for the follow over on TikTok, along with Bud Stoney. What's breakfast? The thing you eat when you wake up in the morning, your mom. Dan! I didn't know you were into necrophilia. Pervert. All right, I'm gonna lurk, full focus on the stream. Gem D, take care. Haven't eaten yet? Go get you something to eat. Eat some food. Take care of yourself. Chat, 1 minute, 15 seconds. I haven't even had caffeine and I'm freaking hyper. Woo! Anyways, chat. You ready for this? I borrowed your shovel. Oh, you sicko. 1 minute and counting. Here we go, chat. I'm going to say this out loud. Bungie needs to hit this right, okay? The new location has to be right. The story has to be freaking hitting right. I don't think we're going to get a new subclass. I would be absolutely shocked. I think we're going to see more of the armor rework, and I think we're going to see a more finalized version than what we are seen in that blog, number one. The pricing has to be good. If the pricing is bad, this is going to be dead on arrival. I'm calling it right now. So the pricing has to be good. Lastly, they need to give us some details about the raid. They need to set expectations, because remember, the raid is also going to have, we're only going to get one raid, one dungeon. Okay, but with the raid, we're going to get a refresh halfway into the year. So that means that this is going to be something that we haven't seen in a long, well, I would say ever. But here we go, chat. I need space theme, not cyberpunk thrall gear. I know, right? 10 seconds, chat. Chat, can I get a, oh yeah? We're edging.
What follows light and shadow?
God damn!
That silence breaks.
Look at them groupers, chat.
I am summoning you as a new age.
We're being summoned?
I see sapient life turn to each other.
Well, oh, won't lie.
They remember
Visuals for this.
to the stars.
Chef kiss.
They remember curiosity.
Okay, so the portal's still there. Turn it up. Okay.
They remember how to thrive.
All right, turned it up for y'all, chat.
They have forgotten.
Anybody else, does that give you like Back to the Future vibes right there?
Before the traveler.
So we leaving the solar system?
They forgot that they need us. But they are fated to remember.
Remember what?
Remind them. I'm sure you will. But not through me. Find someone else.
Oh! Huh?
My will is my own.
Did one of the 9 just cross into our...
All right, everyone, hello and welcome here to Bungie HQ in beautiful Bellevue, Washington. We have got...
All right, 1 second, chat. I gotta refresh this real quick so I can get my freaking emblem. All right, sorry.
Team here, but no need to worry. As always, I am joined by some of my amazing colleagues here at Bungie to share some of the finer details of the stuff that we're going to be getting into today. So, how about we go ahead and get into it so we can show you what we got.
We're fighting the shadow government.
Starting first with this gentleman on my right and to your left is someone that you've probably seen if you've tuned into our streams before or Vidocs, the one and only Mr. Robbie Stevens, Assistant Game Director here at Bungie. How you doing?
I'm doing great,
Nice.
Andy. It's always a pleasure to spend a day with you.
Yeah, it's been a nice time, honestly, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Well,
always.
to that end as well, for anyone that doesn't get to hang out as much as we do, can you tell everyone at home a little bit about yourself and what you do here?
Chat,
Yeah,
y'all
sure.
see that?
So I'm one of the creative and game directors for the game. So that
Bet
means
you
I'm
didn't
a
see that
builder
coming?
and I work
No.
with the entire Destiny team with people like Allison and Dylan.
Want my
over
Wrath
here,
back? Oh,
to
dude.
chart a new course
I've
for
never
Destiny,
played Wrath of the
in the near
Machine. I would
future
love to
for the
try it.
game, and just incredibly excited to be sharing.
Look at that
with everybody
statue.
what we've been up to.
Yeah, can't wait.
That's
We've got a
gotta-
big show ahead, so thank you for
That's
being
got to
here.
be collector's
And of course,
edition.
as we move, pardon me, right on down the line, someone who again has also had the good opportunity to join us on these streams as well, and is now firing some finger guns like a pro. Destiny's narrative director, the one and only Allison Lures. Allison,
Hello.
how's it going?
I tell you what,
So good. I'm here on a
I
project
can't
with
wait
you
to
about
see what she's
Destiny.
gonna cook up.
Good day.
Yeah, honestly, I'll take that.
They
anytime.
noted it in the appeal.
For anyone who also hasn't had a chance to yell on couches about Destiny with us or hasn't joined us in the past,
Yeah.
do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So my
People
name
are
is
thinking it's
Allison. I'm the
Orin for the
narrative
planet.
director for
Ooh,
Destiny
that
2,
could be
and so
interesting.
That means it's the job of me.
They're
and my
just
team
getting
to
started,
make you laugh
Terrence.
And make you cry and make you go, whoa! I totally forgot about this.
No
movie
word yet,
8 years
Chris.
ago. How did they remember? It's because we're good at our jobs.
True, yeah. As someone
Not
who
your
gets to
friend,
sit
I
in the
agree.
rooms
They do
and
need to
confirm
update it.
that, so thank you.
Hammer Sarah used to be a guardian. I guess she broke free from the 9.
And of course, as we move right on
Really?
down the line, the gentleman there at the very end of the couch, someone who is a friend to all Guardian kind, who's known far and wide, a member of the Destiny Global Comms team here at Bungie, Mr. Dylan Gaffner. How's it going, Dylan?
DMG!
Going well. How are you, Andy?
I'm doing so well. Thank you so much.
Got to make sure to ask every time.
I appreciate it. You need all the help.
DMG's the GOAT,
Well, to
chat.
everyone out there who may not have accosted you on the wild world of social media or is just somehow meeting you for the first time, do you mind telling us about what you do here at Bungie?
My name is Dylan Gaffner, formerly community team, where we would go out, collect your feedback, translate it to the dev team, and then bring their information back to you, kind of be that middleman. Now I'm on Global Comms, so I'm going to be in more of like a puzzle piece organization stage of what do we talk about?
He
when
got
do we
he got a
talk about it,
promotion
why do we
recently,
talk
chat.
about it, and then just making sure we get the information out to all players.
Yeah, well, we all appreciate it. Thank you for always being the voice of the player inside our hallowed halls.
He's wearing his in-game fashion.
All right, well, now that we've kind of got the
He
intros out of the
does.
way, let's talk about our new saga. Robbie, I'd love to start with you. What's up next in Destiny, and where are we exploring?
Yeah, so our first expansion this year, The Edge of Fate, is the start of a brand new multi-year saga called the Fate Saga.
Ooh.
And so we want to tell a story
how many
about
years?
something older, about the nature of fate itself. Are we bound by it? Can we fight it? Because before the Traveler ever arrived in our solar system, there was already space magic here, Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so ultimately this is a story that we're going to explore one of Destiny's biggest mysteries and the foundations of the universe itself.
Really?
The 9, aren't you?
Who
Yeah.
told you?
I think it's
Subtle,
How did
I
you
know.
crack
Yeah.
So
We
subtle.
did such a good job with this secret.
Really buried that lead, didn't we?
Yeah.
a little bit.
Very good.
But I mean, to that end, so who and maybe more appropriately,
Yeah.
what are the
Bungie, fix your
Yeah,
connection.
So buckle up. In the simplest description possible, the Nine are extraordinarily powerful beings that have been in the solar system for way, 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 way longer than the Traveler. We can think of them
Thank
as
you for the
being
rose
kind of
over on
connected
TikTok.
to each of the major celestial bodies in Sol. So that's each of our
Chat,
8
chat. The
planets
fact
plus
they're
the
willing
sun.
to.
Sorry, Pluto.
It's messed up.
Didn't make the cut.
All right,
But
fair.
I don't make the rules. Yeah, there you go. But the important thing to know about them is that this is why we're going to be so focused on the solar system for the next saga. We want to ask questions about our home that we've never asked before.
Yeah. So when it comes to the Nine, obviously, Eagle-eyed Guardians have been able to spot references to them for quite some time, whether it be outright ominous or a straight-up game show in some cases. Can you tell us a little bit maybe about what we should expect from them?
Expect to be surprised. We're like you said,
That's
the lore of
ominous.
the Nine really ranges from like Star Horse infinitely neighing to the Nine doing genuinely awful, awful things in our lore. And so the important thing to know about them is that the Nine are individuals. This isn't a collective. It's not like a hive mind. Each of them are kind of their own being, their own person.
It's gonna be
the loose
interesting
definition of a
to
person.
interact
They
and
have
be
different
able to get
wants and
more,
desires.
like I would
They
say,
can
more
ally with
hardcore
different
focus on the
members and
freaking
fight
Nine
with
for
different
certain.
members too. In the words of one of our characters really early on, there are aliens, and then there's aliens, and then there are aliens, and that latter one is what the Nine are qualified as.
Fair enough. All right, so beings of obviously immense power or something that the Guardians
Right,
have
because
gone sort of
the
building
Nine
up
are
to
like
and
close to the
because
level
of
of
their
like the
embodiment
Watcher
of
in Marvel
darkness itself.
Comics.
What could be tougher than that?
Yeah, so this is something that we think about a lot about because ultimately the Nine seek to free themselves at no matter the cost to humanity.
Free
and because
themselves?
They're extra dimensional in the ways that Allison are describing. They're not bound by the same rules that we are, that we've really experienced before in the game today. And so humanity and the Guardians, to many of them, are ultimately just bugs that can be squashed on, that they don't really care or think about beyond, achieving their ultimate goals. So.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, like, for the last 10 years, Guardians have really just been making their own fate.
Yeah.
I mean, so the Nine is challenging that. How are we going to deal with it?
Yeah, whether we like it or not, the Nine have a plan for us. And like you
That's
said, Guardians
true,
are really good at
because
making their
they
own
put
fate and
stuff
going
in
on,
place
deciding
for
what they
us
want
in
to
order
do.
to fight the
What
Witness.
happens when them deciding to make our own fate is exactly what our fate is. Like, what if that was the plan all along? These are extra-dimensional beings. That means they perceive our reality in a very different way and can interact
Fate
with it in a
Inception,
very
chat.
different way.
It's like they're a move ahead in chess.
Weird.
What a reference. But you were mentioning, obviously, the Fate Saga is one of the subjects of today. How long can we expect the Fate Saga to last?
Yeah, so the Fate Saga is going to play out over several years, and ultimately, we know where we're driving this car. We know where we're going with it. But the conclusion of the Edge of Fate itself is going
Several
to leave
years?
you with more questions than answers, and it's going to be the catalyst into this new multi-year saga. Because we really want to return Destiny to being a game about big questions, right? And so the way we think about this is about pouring jet fuel into the speculation engine of the game. So we're going to be revealing a lot of ideas, a lot of concepts, and many of them we're not going to be answering immediately because we're going to be telling the story over multiple expansions, and we're going to be giving you those expansion beats more times than we have before in the past. And so the Year of Prophecy kicks off with the Fate Saga, and with it, humanity is now set on a collision course with this celestial
Launches
pantheon,
July 15th.
Of the system. that
It's
has been
confirmed.
here for a
Not delayed.
very long time. And so the Edge of Fate launches on July 15th. And then the second expansion of our Year of Prophecy is Renegade, which comes this winter. And then later in 2026, we've got Shattered Cycle and The Alchemist. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of
Whoa!
exciting beats. And so again, the Edge of Fate is just the beginning of this long journey of this awesome game
Damn!
we're all jumping into and driving together, and it's going to take us to
So we
new
got
places.
4 freaking
So
DLCs
with
named
regards to
today.
the Edge of Fate right here in front of us. You were also nice enough to bring the class something today. You've got some gameplay with you,
Oh
right?
yeah, we got some clips.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we should show those off.
It's
Let's
a doozy.
Let's check it
Kinda
out.
like the present. Let's
All
check it
right,
out.
let's check. Gameplay's got to be good. It's got to be solid. Huh? Excuse me?
Observe, connect, conceal. Guardian, I had a vision. Conform, comply, return. They just wanted to show us disasters. Observe, connect, conceal.
Oh, so is this? It's okay. So we got a Fallen deal or expansion.
Enough.
Yeah, I did see a face.
Terminate your suspicion, Commander.
Okay, that pistol I need.
Remove your
I need in my life.
blindfold.
Oh! Wait! Oh shit!
All right, that gives us an awful lot to go ahead and continue
That
to dive
was
into.
quite a
And
bit.
Here to help us go ahead and explore a little bit more of it. Everyone, you probably noticed we've been joined by someone new here on the couch. We are privileged to be joined by someone who's the originator of perhaps my favorite all-time Destiny emote, the one and only Dave Samuel, art director here at Bungie. Dave, how's it going, man?
It's going great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. For anyone who maybe for some reason somehow doesn't have that emote in their collection or hasn't seen you in a past Vidoc, do you mind telling us a little bit about what you do here at Bungie?
Yeah, I'm art director.
They're saying pre-order now, but
I
they
work with the art team.
it's
to
not up on
visualize the
stores.
narrative and design and kind of bring it all together.
It's a lot to bring together. Thank you very much for being here today. Yeah. So with The Edge of Fate, it's obviously the first expansion in the Fate saga. Allison, I'd love to start with you, actually. What can you tell us about The Edge of Fate?
The Edge of Fate begins with an invitation, and we
Well,
are
I was looking for the
invited, along
pre-orders
with
to
a
see
very
the
specific
price.
group
That's
of
my big
people
thing.
To a location, to a moment in time, for a very specific reason.
Very specific purpose.
Very specific reason and purpose, yes. And the place that we're going to is called Kepler. And so you may be saying, now, Allison, hold on. Hold your horses
You read my mind.
second,
Yeah.
because the Kepler I know is the one that's way outside of our galaxy. What do you mean we're going to Kepler? And I say, like, dear friend, didn't you know, if you look inside in Destiny's universe, the Oort cloud at the edge of the solar system, you'll find a little planetoid that also happens to be named Kepler here in the world of Destiny. And that's where we're going, to Kepler.
Super exciting. This is kind of a, Robbie, we were talking kind of before the show. This is like the like a first taste of something new, right?
Yeah, so what you're seeing here is us just trying something new. We're expanding the universe of Destiny, creating new mysteries to uncover. This whole destination is about exploring a labyrinthian world that it took inspirations from things like Dreaming City, exotic missions, dungeons, and it's wrapping it all through a Metroidvania.
So we're dealing with Vex as well.
So
we're dealing with freaking Fallen and Vex.
Is a player-driven exploration and discovery of an exotic world with brand new abilities.
Shoot,
I
you
think you can
freaking
just maybe dig
stupid,
a little bit
dude.
deeper. Like, how is the Edge of Fate going to be different from past expansions that we've made for Destiny?
Yeah, so at the global scale, when we're thinking about expansions in the Year of Prophecy and the formula of Destiny expansions going forward, first off, we're doing 2 expansions a year instead of just 1. And think of each of these expansions as a little bigger than something like a Rise of Iron from D1. And so both of these expansions combined are going to be even more expansion content than we've done in the past. And by delivering 2 of these a year, we're upping the pace of major world and
We
story
are.
events
Wait,
that
are we
really
getting
matter to
new
players
freaking
and
enemies?
pushing the Fate saga forward. And so we're trying radical new things which each of these expansions. And so alongside this new destination of Kepler, this exotic world that players will explore with brand new abilities, we also have world tiers. And world tiers allow you to take on a higher level of challenge on the destination in order to attract some of the best loot within the release. But what's cool about world tiers is as you play through the mainline story and you play through the first couple of world tiers, you're going to unlock later world tiers. And as you're claiming these abilities, as you're exploring the world more, as you're discovering more within the release, you're putting
So
these
we're not
puzzle
getting new
pieces together
subclass, but
and
we're getting new
figuring out how
abilities.
to solve all the mysteries on Kepler with different ways. And so you might play a puzzle in one way, a mission in one way, and when you're in these higher world tiers in the post game, you can start to solve these problems in different ways that you couldn't before in the original playthrough. And so alongside all of this, we're also going to have a ton of quest content that we're rethinking about how we use within the game. And so on Kepler, there's some non-linearity within the destination itself. And so with a lot of our side quest content that is related
World
to the
tiers
path,
would
you don't
definitely
have to
make
play it. It's
planet
there for
locations
you to
more
explore,
viable
driven
as
by
far
your
as
discovery, but out
replayability.
in the field, you discover something and you pick it up, and that's going to help you explore the characters in the world of Kepler more and go deeper on that story. And so, yeah, again, this is all about us just looking at the formulas that we've been building in Destiny over the last 10 years. And some of them are really strong, but they're due for some experimentation and some radical changes. And so that's what you're seeing here with the first taste of the Edge of Fate.
Very cool.
That Warlock ability looks sick as hell.
I love everything you just said. I was a little distracted by some of the gameplay we were showing, like exotic sniper rifle. I think I saw.
I'd love to see a new dark subclass.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get one.
With a couple really cool twists, like. Okay.
Yeah.
But then also there was a Guardian that turned into like a lightning ball. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's multiple new abilities that your players are going to be able to discover on Kepler that's going to make them navigate and look at the world in different ways.
Here we go.
But the one you're talking about, Dylan, we see it as our premier ability, the crown jewel to release, and that's called Matter Spark. And Dave has joined us, and he's helps us take the vision of the narrative and the design and the art and smush it together in amazing experiences. And so
Matter Spark. So Warlock is getting another ability.
So there's this new source of energy on Kepler, this strange dark matter. So
he's such a dork.
The Guardian binds itself to the dark matter using the arc powers within. You can think of the dark matter as like a medium, and the arc as this catalyst that will allow you to completely change form. Transforming into Matter Spark lets you squeeze into tight areas, race around areas, jump over stuff.
Dude, this is giving me Metroid Prime feels.
You to turn into this basically electric rolling ball of death, jolting and shocking enemies that come across your path.
So obviously, one big
that's going to Transcendence.
Combat, but I mean, even just in addition to that, to look a little bit, wider, like how did the Matter Spark Ball kind of influence the world that we're going to be inhabiting?
Yeah, the team really had to rethink what it means to build a destination with these abilities in mind. A simple hill becomes a ramp to get to a new space.
I don't know. I don't think it's time traveling.
It basically will reveal a whole new area to explore. It's also a new way to engage with enemies. Instead of taking a bunch of enemies head on, you can find a Matter Spark pad, transform, turn into this electric ball of death, and then just start racing around.
Yeah, they're
dash over their heads and flank from behind, and then really.
Yeah, they definitely took from freaking Metroid, which is not a bad thing.
A bad day.
As well, we should. It's a good day for us as well. So what are some of the other Kepler abilities that we'll be able to unlock while we're out there as well?
Yeah, so each of these Kepler abilities are a mix of dark matter and our Guardian's powers. So we have the Relocator Cannon, which is this new fallen dark matter tech mixed with void. This is going to allow you to bypass laser walls, use these cascading relay networks, and just basically teleport around the world. Another ability that we have is Mattermorph. This is dark matter mixed with strand, allows you to manipulate the environment. You'll be able to basically push and morph and move geometry to create bridges.
This is Destiny 2, Metroid.
And then also reveal secrets and new opportunities.
Yeah, so what's really important about what Dave is describing, and when we were thinking about building this world, it was all about hey, here's this new tool to navigate and see the world in a different way.
Yeah, I noticed that, Wolf.
Puzzles and mysteries throughout the missions, the free roam.
I didn't freaking respond and say
and beyond. But also, what was really important to us is that we lean into Destiny's first-class ability gameplay. And so, with Matter Spark, like Dave is mentioning, you're jumping, you're dashing into enemies to destroy them. You're doing giant explosions with them. With the Relocator Cannon, you're just blowing everything up with void explosions and graviton lance style little secret projectiles. And then what's really fun about Mattermorph is you can just be throwing these strange shurikens basically to just delete an encounter before you then start to morph the environment around you and move to the next area. And so it's just really exciting I'm incredibly excited about watching players just solve puzzles and fight encounters in ways that we don't even expect yet, and see how they take on the destination. And just I really want to emphasize, you're going to be upgrading these, and when you get into especially the post-game experience, it's going to there's something unlocked with Matter Spark that really changes the way that you can play through the entire destination.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about dark matter,
yes,
we have darkness abilities like Strand and Stasis already. How is dark matter different?
Yeah, so dark matter and darkness are two completely separate things. They're completely different things.
Right, because darkness and light is
dark matter
causality.
does exist in our world. In the world of Destiny, we know it as being tightly connected to the Nine. It's what the Nine are actually made out of. In our world, dark matter is invisible. You can't really see it. And it would be very fun to make a destination where there's an invisible thing that you can't actually see. So lucky for us on Kepler, there's a bioluminescent microbe that allows us to see all of this substance that's impacted this world so much. It allows us to see how it's impacted the plant life, how it's impacted the behavior of the peoples that we're going to encounter, and
affected
we
the
can see
people.
how it has been able to bring these things that are kind of
Oh, that
unsafe
sounds
in time
concerning.
into this current location.
I do have to put on my drifter hat for just a second and, like, what does it smell like? What does it taste like?
Yeah. Dark matter
Dylan!
smells and tastes like bleach and math. Yeah, it's true.
Cannot wait to get that chip flavor.
Yeah.
Get it
Yeah.
today after.
It's zesty.
No.
Actually, so on the topic too of stuff in the trailer as well, we heard someone talking there. Can you tell us who that was?
Sure, that was Lodi. Lodi is a new character that we're introducing in Apollo.
Snap.
We're introducing him in the Edge of Fate.
Yeah.
I want to give a special shout out to Brian Villalobos, who portrays Lodi and does a spectacular job. This character is fascinating. He's kind of a fish out of water, but the fun thing about tropes is to kind of put a twist on them, right? So what if that fish that we pulled out of the water was the most qualified fish to be pulled out into the air?
Down for anything.
It's down for anything. And what if that fish was kind of made to be pulled out of the water?
Elias, thank God I'm not the only one who thought that. Sean Hahn
It's
2.0.
more fun for the players to figure out what his deal is, but I will say that Lodi is very, very far from home.
Very fair, very exciting. So,
I do have to call out, too, before we started this, you and Robbie were talking about how Lodi is like a notice me character.
Oh, yeah. Robbie wanted a senpai.
I did. Yeah, I wanted someone that I just wanted to spend a bunch of time with on this new adventure we're going on.
Yeah, a friend that we can look up to.
Yeah.
right, yeah. Notice me.
Notice
Notice
me,
me.
Lodi.
Yeah, of course.
He
It
will.
writes
He will.
itself, or rather, Allison does.
Oh my God.
So with regards to the characters as well, so is it a whole new cast of characters in the Edge of Fate?
No, we're going to see some new faces like Lodi and other characters, but we're also going to see some familiar ones too. Ikora is here. The stakes are high enough.
Oh,
that she's
really?
here investigating what's going on.
She's getting out of the
And
freaking
as it turns out,
tower.
one of our major mysteries, she's kind of at the center of it. She was invited here, as was Lodi, same as we were. All of it's kind of tied together.
Very exciting. So
the way, if I can,
No, no,
yeah,
please.
no,
Yeah,
yeah,
please,
like
yeah.
the way we think about this is about all these characters. Their fates are intertwined in some
Yes.
way. There's these puppet masters that have been pulling the strings for a very, very long time in order for everyone to get here at this moment. And so, as a guardian and these characters involved, they're going to have to decide if they're fight your fate. Like that's what we think about for these individuals. That's what they're going to have to go through and determine about how they can stand up. to
Question
this,
is,
new
what's the
conflict
major
that is surrounded by the
implications of
Nine, because
all
they
this?
are fated to be here, and what does that mean for them, and what does that mean for their future and the future of Soul itself?
So with regard to these new characters and this world we find ourselves in, was there anything about that setting or in particular that really influenced the creation, rather, of this world that we're going to be inhabiting?
Yeah, I'll give you a list of fun facts. First off, if
As
you've
much
been
as
paying
I like them
attention to
talking
Destiny
about,
over the last
you know,
week
the
or
whole
so, you
destination,
already
I feel
know
like
that
at
there's
this
been
point,
people on
they
Kepler
need to
for
start
a
talking about some of the
long
major
time.
stuff that they're
That's
doing
an
in this
old-ass
expansion.
computer that you were putting those numbers into. We also know that the Vex are here. They're studying the Nine because turns out the Nine can do something that the Vex can't. As Dave mentioned, the House of Exile are also here. They've become fixated on a being that they call the Giver. And kind of
The
most
Giver?
importantly, the dimensionality on Kepler is really thin. So the 3 dimensions that we can know and see and touch are very close to the realm that the Nine live in. And that means some things from Earth's past have been yanked into Kepler's present.
Exciting.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, so we've been talking
Say
about
what?
invitations throughout this, and we need to call out an invitation that's actually going to be waiting in the game after this is over. Ride of the Nine begins
Yeah, I agree. It
today.
does sound like a new house.
So I believe we have a trailer to show.
Yeah, you were nice enough to bring a trailer along. I'll go ahead and give it a look really
Yeah,
quickly.
let's do it.
Yeah.
So this is Ride of the Nine. It starts today. Okay. Ultimatum is the strongest one. Oh. Oh, come to Papa. Can't wait to jump into that tomorrow, chat. Can't wait. By the way, at launch, Rite of the Nine will be available.
That's Rite of the Nine, which is our essential prologue story for the Edge of Fate. And these 3 dungeons that are featured in this event are free for all players starting today. And so what's really important about this is that these dungeons are both for veteran dungeon crawlers, hardcore raiders, people have been in these places a lot, but also
Light Reaper, they just answered it. Rite of the Nine is free to all players.
What was really important for us when we were developing Rite of the Nine was that we were changing the formula on how we can think about how we can welcome even more people into these experiences. And so you're going to be able to go in solo, buffed up, and explore a dungeon by yourself, or go in match made with other fire team members shoulder to shoulder for the very first time. But don't worry, because we also have that higher level challenge for our veteran, our hardcore dungeon crawlers, where you're going to be able to earn the best possible loot, exclusive rewards, and also an exclusive title as part of Rites of the Nine. What's also really important
no, Raven, I don't.
Being a prologue for the Edge of Fate is that it really reintroduces the emissary into the game, and you're going to learn why her job is pretty crappy, and why,
Dude,
why
that
she quits
scene
at
still
the top of the Edge of Fate, like we saw at the beginning of this show. And so, Andy, we've been talking a bunch about how our Destiny expansions are changing the formula for Destiny going forward. So now I think it's time for us to start talking about how the core hobby of Destiny is changing going forward. The day-to-day of playing Destiny, week over week experience. And we've got someone else on the couch here to help us talk about that.
We have an expert in that very subject now who has gone ahead and joined us on the couch. We are now joined by the one and only Mr. Ben Womack.
Okay, now they need to start getting into the meat and potatoes now.
Doing great. I'm really excited to be here. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, seriously.
There is a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be a very good conversation we have coming up. Yes. But before we get into that, can you tell us just a little bit about what you do here?
Yeah. So I'm the Destiny 2 creative director for the core game, or the core hobby, as we call it. Yeah. And it has to do with all parts of the game, everything from Edge of Fate, through our seasons, through the fundamental systems. And in particular, like Robbie's saying, I've been focusing on thinking about the kind of building blocks of Destiny 2 and getting those like not only stood up, but also transformed and iterated on in some really exciting new places.
Nice. Well, let's go ahead and just start at the top. Can you tell us a little bit about what like the core formula of Destiny is changing and why?
Yes. So I think we need to start with the why first, because it's important to think about what is Destiny, what is great about Destiny. And Destiny is best.
Yeah, they've needed to change up the formula for a bit now.
Awesome chases that you're excited about. You have really cool, powerful builds to make, and there's a mountain to climb that's right in front of you that you want to climb. You're like, I want that mountain. It looks pretty cool. And the thing that is not always true right now, Destiny, is like it doesn't feel as streamlined as it could. Players don't have as much agency. We want to be player-driven. We want to be more rewarding than we are. Because right now there are barriers to playing Destiny like in the best way. And those barriers are insurmountable sometimes. So think about that whole picture of, okay, what is the Destiny that we really want, that has been in the past, that we also want to get back to, and where we want to go for the future? That's where all the changes you're going to see have started, like at their inception point. So it's a big piece of the pie.
Massive updates coming across so many systems of the game, and this is like we're just getting in, digging into the surface.
Yeah. I mean, to that same end, then, how are we making it easier, pardon me, to go ahead and just get straight into the fun?
Oh, no, let's do it, because that's exactly what we want to do. And the first thing you're going to see when you log into Destiny with Edge of Fate, you're going to log in your character and see your ship in orbit. It's going to say, it's not going to say open director, it's going to say open portal. And the portal is our new front page of the game. We're trying to get you.
Please tell me they're going to show this
in as few clicks as we can. We even have Edge of Fate there in the corner, so that it's right immediately there. No fumbling around with the map to get to it, really. And we're also taking other big parts of the game, the ritual game and for seasons, and putting them into these ops categories. So the idea is that we're having these different ops for different moods. We're having solo ops. We have a bunch of fire team ops. We have pinnacle ops, and of course we have crucible ops. Still super important.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, to start up at the top, can you tell us a little bit more about what solo ops is?
Oh, yeah. So solo ops is exactly what it says on the tin. It is a bunch of activities that are made for solo players. And the conception point of that was we want to make activities for players who have a smaller amount of time that they want to play in, and they don't necessarily want to have like dependencies on other players, but they still want to get in there and play for 10 to 15
Battleground
minutes
Oracle.
and get some real progress.
Yeah, get some loot.
Yeah, get some loot.
Yeah.
Get some loot and
Empire
move your
hunts.
character forward and feel like, yeah, no, I played some Destiny and that was great. And you know, even if you don't feel like playing with other people, that's fine because we have an activity type that is designed for one player.
Excellent. So, I mean, to that same end, what are some other ways that we can play and have fun using Portal as well?
Yeah, so Robbie actually has a great way of talking about this. So.
Yeah, some of the North Star that is what we talk about when we were developing the Portal early on was like, where are we headed with this thing? And ultimately, it's play your way. It's giving players more agency, more personal drive to figure out how they want to engage with the power climb.
I see
the new
Sony is
progression
working their
systems
butts
coming
off.
and our seasons. And so the
What are you talking about,
entirety
JoJo?
new progression and power climb is now all available to you in the Portal at your fingertips in one place. It's really easy to find.
Okay,
really easy to jump in.
that's
Anything you
freaking
play
good
inside
that they're
of
doing that
category
finally.
is any of those categories is going to help you make progress. And so, because we want Destiny to be welcoming not only to new players, but also old players who are coming back to the game to join us with the Edge of Fate. And we also want this to be like a new even playing field for everyone. And so, as part of this is a commitment from us.
Won't
as
lie,
part of
some
the
of those
core
guns
hobby
look freaking
and all the
slick.
seasonal content we're building, that we're going to be continually investing in this, right? We're going to be continually updating this over time for years to come. And so, you know, you're asking me directly, like, what else is there to do?
Yeah.
Ben mentioned solo ops. We also have the fire team ops and pinnacle ops. Both these are more around playing with other fire team members, shoulder to shoulder, where fire team ops are more quicker sessions. There are some longer form things in it too, but then pinnacle ops are more about those really long form or more challenging kind of focused activities like exotic missions, for instance. And so, and then the one thing we haven't talked about yet very deeply.
Oh yeah,
is
definitely. The
incredibly
fact that they
important. It's
keep
something I think
talking
we've
years
done
to
for the first
come,
time, like,
they're
ever, or
cemented in
maybe
keeping this
since
going.
D1.
It's kind of a return to form. in a lot of ways,
You're going to be able to experience the entirety of the power climb.
Take it
within
easy,
Crucible
Raven.
Ops by playing PvP, right? So this means like if you want to be sweaty, Andy, which like I know
I
you,
do.
Dylan too. I know you're that way, right? Like I know both of y'all. Like if you want to put those sweatbands on, you're going to be able to play the entire experience in the season here and earn some of the highest tier loot that's also available in the game. So,
I have to say this is like super exciting because like my
I
player
won't
type or
lie,
other folks out in the community,
I
like, they wanna
like
go in,
the
they wanna
UI
jam on
change.
PvP,
It
but then their
feels
friends
like a
invite them to
little
do
bit
dungeon or a
more
higher tier activity, and they're like,
visually
"Oh, wait, I need to
appealing.
grind
I don't know about
a long
y'all.
time to get up to power. Now through PvP, they can get up to power, and you can just bring them into that PvE experience and have a fun time with each other.
Yeah.
So.
That's honestly how I really played D1, so I'm really looking forward to that. So it sounds like the core, obviously, of what you guys are talking about, play the way you want to play. It's at the center of all of it. What if I really want to challenge myself, push myself?
oh yeah,
a little bit more?
that's important to us.
Yeah. So,
That's important to us.
Well, death, but also success.
Yes,
and
that's true.
from it,
That's
right?
true. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we really want to give agency. That's one of the things. Player driven towards loot and challenge. And so we have a really hugely expanded activity customization system. We have a lot more difficulty levels. And we have
So
a
this is
ton of
something
new
that they talked about
modifiers,
in the
50
blog
new modifiers,
previously.
along with all the old modifiers that we've released in the past, that are going to make this big curated web of options for you to experience any of the PvE content in the curator. And so, like, we have Banes, not just old Banes that we have, but new Banes as well.
Oh, we're getting
Those to
more
help you, like,
Banes?
get advantages in your
Yes,
activities
get-
and for your build. We have challenges and
Ooh.
trade-offs. And the fun part is you're going to get these different combinations that are available, and you're going to then make a mix that's actually going to change the way you play and be pretty interesting. And sometimes
That
the
looked
way
like
you
a
prefer you
solid
play.
freaking
Like, there's a new
jump.
boon called Grappler that I personally love. It's kind of my preferred way to play, where they give you 3 grapple grenades, replacing your current grenade. You can't do the melee, but they recharge super fast. So any build you want, you could now Spider-Man around any map. It's actually super fun.
It's
Oh my
I mean,
God.
like what's at the heart of what Ben is talking about is what we kind of call the virtuous cycle, right? Where you're going to be crafting your build, tinkering with the activity, looking at like how you can earn a higher tier of reward by taking on higher challenge. And as you earn better loot, you're looking towards that next mountain to climb just ahead of you all the time. And so this is really about how far you want to push yourself upwards within the portal itself. But also, we also are thinking about the people, and that's the depth, right? That's the depth of the challenge that we're talking about. That's also, but we're also thinking about the people who don't have as much time to play with like solo ops, and also if you're scared of modifiers or you're scared of customizing these activities.
Or you just don't feel like it
doing
today.
it. Yeah, that's a great way to describe it. Thank you. We have a bunch of quick play options, right, Ben?
Yeah, quick play options.
Okay.
And we actually have matchmaking and fire team ops.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And we have fire team finder. And so you're able to like really choose kind of what you're in the mood for.
Oh yeah, we
you know?
technically have matchmaking across every activity that exists.
To be honest,
Except for
a
solo ops,
lot of
that's
this should have been in Destiny 2 a lot sooner.
Clinical ops, it's everything.
Yeah, you'll have
I mean, I'm
options to
glad
play
that they're
by
finally
yourself
putting it in
or with
place, but
people.
it's like
actually,
it's
really fun part is you can play a strike by yourself.
should have
as
been in
hard as you want
sooner.
it to
That's
now,
true, yeah,
which is
yeah.
really fun. Yeah.
Well, you're talking about like all the different boons and combinations. I think at one point you were saying around 50 or something like that. Those
50 new
apply
ones.
50 new ones.
Yeah.
So it's like you can take those into solo ops. Like we're talking about this being kind of leisurely, bite-sized activity, but if you want to take it and say, I don't want Weenie Hut Jr., I want like esoteric level solo hardest thing in the world, like you can kind of customize and do that.
You can just do it from the very start if you really want to.
Yeah.
And
Oh, damn.
How deep you want to go?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and the point is that you're going to like stretch that far, and we want the reward to feel
Zero Lyrics, thank you for the follow.
Yeah,
It was supposed to be. This is
as you're
Sony
pushing
without a
yourself,
doubt.
you
Yeah,
are rewarded.
it's got the
Something
feel
that's
of
really
Sony
important
pushing them.
to the vision here for the portal. Yeah.
Rewards, huh?
rewards. There are a lot of rewards, aren't there?
It's funny you mention it. Yeah, we've got Banes, boons, modifiers, but let's talk about gear for a little bit here.
Yeah.
What's
Okay,
your
here
thing
we
about
go.
Loot and Flash
Can
Guardians
they
gear?
fix the
so
armor
we're talking
problem?
About, chases and mountains and builds. Like gear's at the center of all of that. And we actually have two giant gear changes. I'm gonna like put in two little buckets for us to talk about.
Yep.
The first one is Armor 3.0. And the next one is gear tiers. And so like talking about Armor 3.0 first, we are probably making the biggest change ever since Shadowkeep.
It's
around
huge.
the system. It's
Yeah.
enormous.
Oh,
Yeah, so like we're adding set bonuses, which is a long requested feature for all the new armor that you're going to be able to get at Edge of Fate launch, and we're redoing all the stats on armor. Where they can now like exceed 100.
Go beyond 100.
Go beyond 100 for extra bonuses.
Yep.
We're going to every single piece of new legendary armor that drops is going to have all the energy filled in, so you can build crafting right away, and it's going to essentially like. There's more features actually that I could talk about, but I don't
oh
think
my
I'm-
God, I'm definitely gonna.
Well,
What's the
something
timestamp
that we
on
can't
this?
talk about too. You mentioned gear tiers as well.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so gear tiers are very exciting because every single legendary weapon and armor that you can get is going to have 5 gear tiers, starting from 1 going up to 5.
Oh,
Like, we
we're
have
getting
we
new
have
mods.
Gear tier 5 piece of legs armor on the screen right now, and you can see that like this is like looks really cool with iconography, but it also has a ton more stats. And oh look, what's that?
Yeah, what's going on with the energy there?
Yeah, the energy.
Ben?
Yeah, that energy says 11, and
that's
it's
what it goes to
true.
11. Yep.
It's not a typo. Like energy is going to 11 for higher tier armor, and so if you want that for your build crafting opportunities, it does like give you some new options you never had before. You're gonna have to challenge yourself to get more higher tier armor and keep on going to get yet more higher tier armor to get those options.
Yeah. And this is also not something that's just relegated to armor, right? When it comes to weapons, they're obviously getting their own refresh as well.
Yes.
What's Destiny without chasing some?
You read
hot
my mind.
weapons?
Yeah, like weapons
seriously.
are part of the player identity. You know, people like have a gun that they love.
You
and
got fashion, and then you have gunplay.
that's
right?
true, though we do have fashion for your guns a bit now.
Wait, what?
Well, so because once you reach tier 5 for your legendary drops, you're going to be getting tier 5 weapons, and those have unique shader treatment. It's like essentially a completely different look that's going to immediately identify it
They
to you
finally
and others.
freaking
that This is
listened.
the highest tier gear of this drop that you can get. It's going to show on the weapon. It's going to show on the icon. It's even going to show when you kill enemies with that weapon, because there's unique kill effects for tier 5 weapons that you can turn on or off if you don't want it, but your gameplay will like show that, no, yeah, the weapon that is being used is like the highest tier you can get.
Yeah, Giver's Blessing, which I think we have on screen right now. This is one of the Kepler auto rifles, and I cannot put this thing down. Yeah, when we're playing through the Edge of Fate right now, and it's what's really exciting about it for me is that like when you see that tier 5 drop.
Wondering
you
how
know
this will
immediately
go
that's
off with
better
the
than, like,
spaghetti
tier 3 or
code.
tier 4 weapon that
They
you
gotta
have.
do a lot of
And I think
cleanup, that's for
when
certain.
we talk about making Destiny easier to just jump in, find the fun, make it accessible, but also create more depth.
Yeah.
You know, this is what we're thinking about. It's like how can we just make immediate, like you understand, like okay, this is probably better than the thing I
Right.
have right now, depending on what gear tier it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good example of how much time and effort is being put into these game systems to make them more like approachable. Change can be scary. There's a lot of change that's about to come to the game. We're Armor 3.0, we have so many new boons, we have a bunch of new stuff. And after 10 years of Destiny, this is going to flip some stuff on its head. So, I mean, we're going to have a bunch of blog content. We're going to have interviews with Robbie, with Ben, with more folks across the team that have been working on this.
we
And
need
then
more
we'll also be
information, that's for
elevating our,
certain.
creator community when they're creating guides, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be a fun time. But ultimately, a big shout out and thank you to all the folks that have been coming into our studio, giving feedback early on some of these systems so they can be more approachable. And we're looking forward to all the feedback that's going to be coming after launch too. Like this is, again, one of our first steps into something, and then the community and we are going to build something amazing.
Yeah, and I can't stress enough how much feedback we've gotten from the community summits we've been running over the last year for the Edge of Fate, and just people reaching out to the community teams and others to us. Like, your feedback is invaluable. So, like, seriously, like, thank you so much. We're making this game together, ultimately.
Yeah, it's incredibly important part of the process. Like, I don't think we would be able to make what we do without it.
Yeah.
Working with the community is obviously a core part. Dylan, huge thanks to you and your team, obviously, for helping to lead that charge. And in advance for the big blogs you get to write. And then also our social media.
He's going to be typing up a storm.
So go ahead and give us a follow.
I think, Ben, you were saying you wanted to try to break the record for longest twid?
I'm more predicting we are.
Yeah. So,
Lord.
Try. It's the state of things.
Something tells me Thursday's going to be freaking huge.
Be a good time. But, you know, we've been talking a lot about the core Destiny hobby. How does that extend into, like, how players are going to experience, like, a full year of Destiny?
Yeah, so we've been focusing on improving and changing the formula of Destiny in multiple ways. And so progressing through the Fate Saga is going to be more meaningful with 2 expansions a year. We've been talking about how focusing our seasons and on
Ash
the core
and
hobby
Iron,
of Destiny and that commitment to continue
Shadow and
updating
Order.
it. And in addition, we're going to have 2 free major updates between each of our major expansions coming in the Year of Prophecy and beyond. And so ultimately that means
Seasons and
there's
major
4
updates
big
available
events
to
happening,
all
in a
players.
year, 2 expansions, 2 free major updates between those expansions. So what that means we're not doing is paid seasonal content anymore. We're not doing separate seasonal storylines. And this also means we're not building a bunch of activity content that basically just goes away and is less meaningful to the game after 3 months. So we're instead focusing all of that effort that used to go there instead into building up the core hobby of the game so the core hobby stays fresh and exciting, year round. And so ultimately, this means no more paywalls for seasonal content, and also these major updates themselves that I'm signposting around right now. The size of them roughly and the inspiration for them we're thinking about is like Into the Light.
Okay.
So when you say like Into the Light, for folks that aren't out there, like what for a major update, how big
See,
is
that right
Like,
there
how do you
is
So when I say Into the Light,
massive.
a lot of this is like the inspiration of what it
But
was.
I have a
With Into the
feeling,
Light
I have
came
a
really
feeling
good theme
it's
that
gonna
wrapped
come
around
at a
the new
cost.
Stuff we were building
Wait for
within
it.
but also a lot of the Reprise stuff as well.
And I agree.
And
Time will
also,
tell, JoJo.
With it came Onslaught, a new type of activity. It came with reprised exotic missions and a rethinking of how we could do like a rad style event, a raid event with the Pantheon. And so for our first major update coming a few weeks after the Edge of Fate launches, we've got Ash and Iron, right? And so with Ash and Iron, we're going to be returning to the Plague Lands.
Returning to the Plague Lands. Can't wait.
It's going to
Wait,
happen.
what?
And so that story is going to pick up from where we left off from the Edge of Fate, and with it, we're going to have a new activity called Reclaim, a brand new exotic mission, new types of pinnacle ops entering that for the first time, as well as, of course, what's Destiny without loot to chase? We've got new gear, new rewards, and 2 new exotic weapons as part of Ash and Iron as well. And again, this major update and the season, all the seasonal content going forward is free for all players. All the activity content that exists in the portal, that's free to play.
Very nice. So even to actually go one quick layer 2 deeper on seasons as well, what are some of the cool things that we're going to be able to do with the season that's launching alongside the Edge of Fate?
Yeah, Ben has been working on this space for the team for a while now, so I'm going to kick this one to him.
Yeah, so we're trying to make any time.
So if the seasons are free to players,
Destiny.
how does that
one of the ways
affect
we want to do that is we want to invest
paid
in
content?
events that are like accelerating the game and enhancing every part of the game, but also bringing new cool stuff. And actually, we've been working on this so long, we actually have some new cool stuff coming before the Edge of Fate.
It's a special little treat.
Yeah, special little treat. So this Friday, you can play a little event, maybe you've heard of it, called Heavy Metal, which is Tanks vs. Briggs, a new PvP mode. It's super fun. I would kind of wish I was playing it right now, I'm not going to lie.
I can't wait for this.
But the thing that people at home don't know is we have a new reward. That's a unique thing in Destiny if you invest in this event, if you go and play it. And it is a free-to-play event. So this reward is free-to-play. It is a new combat vehicle that goes in your Sparrow sled, combat Sparrow, if you will, called the Griffin. And this is a really cool, like, combat-ready vehicle you can take anywhere you can summon a Sparrow. You can summon it and use it to fight your enemies and just have a really
we
good
actually
time.
get
There's some
combat
really
vehicles
cool,
now?
There's some really cool build crafting things with this vehicle that I don't want to spoil right now, let people discover, but I'm super excited for it.
They all thought they were going to ride those skimmers forever.
Well, I mean, we've been saying like, what was it? Skimmer is Flash and the Griffin is Splash.
Hey, there we go. That joke quota has been met.
We got to get one in.
Absolutely, yeah. But that's all, right? Man, like, you've got more for us, don't you?
Oh, yeah. So, like I just said, there's more events that we've been making. There's one that's going to happen right after the launch of Edge of Fate. It's called Arms Week. And it's a 1-week-long event, and you're going to be focusing on one weapon archetype in Arms Week whenever it comes around. And this one is going to give you a new legendary weapon of that type. It's going to have some volatile mods that are there for the week that are going to be super interesting and fun to play with, and some focusing you can do. But you know, there is a problem when you say this event is going to be about weapons and about using them.
I don't like the fact that it's 1 week event, though.
So
it needs to be longer.
I've been doing that in EDZ this whole time. I don't know about the rest of you.
Those poor dregs.
Right?
Yeah.
But there is a new way now. We have a new feature, a long requested feature that is being added to the game with Arms Week. It is the shooting range. And the shooting range is being added to the tower. It is a now permanent addition to the game with the launch of Arms Week. We're not taking it away. And you can go there and you can try out everything in your kit, everything about your build, with all sorts of simulations of different kinds of enemies and situations, and it's all real damage numbers. It's like
it's even got a scoreboard.
It's even got a scoreboard
for you
right there.
And your fire team.
Yeah, your whole raid team can go down into the shooting range and try out, like, see exactly how
yeah,
well
but
you can do.
Jojo, that was temporary, okay? This is actually gonna now be permanent.
Yeah, well, you're probably
once again one of those things. It should have happened a while ago.
Range. Like, you can go beyond the firing line and use your abilities too.
Yeah, you totally can. And like, if you wanted to, you could even take in Prismatic and pop Transcendence and try that out. And you know, well, I think the reason why we're not seeing that right now is because it's a Titan.
Yeah, it's a good soldier.
Yeah.
Standing on that firing line.
Yeah, standing on the firing line.
All about building that line and standing.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of theory crafters are going to have to go ahead and have some upheavals to their Google Docs, I'm guessing.
This will be a really good tool. Like, as we're adding all of these,
this will be good for like people like Aegis Relic and such.
Real time. Like, how do my stats change? How are these different gear bonuses going to affect my gameplay? You can see it in the tower now.
Yeah.
And while we're talking about weapons.
Oh, yeah.
Well, one more thing, right?
Yeah, no, there's one more thing. I know you're excited. So, you know, there's more events. Of course, there's more events. And the holiday events are coming up, where Solstice is right around the corner.
It's summertime, right?
It's summertime. Summertime is solstice time in Destiny 2. And Solstice has some really cool twists and such that we're planning.
Please tell me they revamped it.
I want to show you all the new hollow foil treatment we have for Solstice weapons. So, here we go. This is the hollow foil treatment for Solstice in 2025.
Ooh.
It is
It's so good.
It's amazing every time I look at it.
Yeah.
It is an ocean, and
on
the line. Yeah, we put the ocean on a gun. How did we do that? It's beautiful. I love it. And any kind of weapon that drops for this event can have a hollow foil.
Yeah,
no
so it
matter
could be
what
tier 1 or tier 3. Yeah, any
exactly.
weapon.
Yeah, like a
can have
sandy
hollow foil.
beach.
The tier 5 hollow foil.
Ooh.
You know, like that's gonna be a chase. Our other events will also have hollow foils.
Yeah, like Arms Week you're talking
Arms Week will have its own hollow foil treatment. Like we're every event, a major event.
I'm glad that they're finally starting to lean into more of the cosmetics that you can earn with the weapons.
No, it's going to be a good time. I'm going to have way
they
too
need to
much
start
stuff
doing that for
so appreciate
armor
that.
as well.
Obviously for that. But I believe we've got one more thing.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking a lot about, here are the free updates coming to Destiny, the portal, a bunch of different stuff, Edge of Fate, but we also have another expansion, and we need Allison back on the couch to talk about it.
Yeah, Allison.
She's the best one to talk
about.
Yeah,
we've got something very exciting, and so once again, Allison, thank you for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate it.
Of course. I'm so excited to be the one more thing.
Yeah, it's a
be the one more thing.
Here, so we're glad that you obviously go ahead and lead us into this one. But, you know, as Dylan mentioned, we've talked about the Edge of Fate, but this is the first year we're going to be doing 2 expansions over the course of a year. Can you tell us a little bit about Renegades?
Yeah, so we're going to have a dedicated reveal for Renegades in September alongside our major update, Ashen Iron. But earlier, we were talking about how sometimes our formulas can constrain us from experimenting and innovating. And so in that spirit, Renegades is going to be very different from the Edge of Fate. What I can tell you, and we'll talk plenty about it later, is that we're going to be experimenting and innovating with activities, with social mechanics, and more. But more importantly, I want to talk about our inspiration. And so I have to kind of tee it up first. So Renegades is going to be a Destiny, like definitively Destiny expansion. This is part of the Fate saga, and it's going to push it forward in important ways and introduce characters that we're going to spend time with for years to come. It is an essential Fate saga story. And it's an homage to a universe that has inspired Bungie from the start. It's a universe that all of us here on the couch grew up with, as well as everyone else at the studio, and millions of you back at home, too. It is a peanut butter and combination, a peanut butter and like chocolate combination inside of what we're making that could only be possible in the kind of world that we build here. And so I am absolutely thrilled to be able to give our first sneak peek at Destiny 2 Renegades.
Let's take a look.
She's like bursting at the seams. Oh, this is already getting dark. No!
Okay, Robbie, what did we just see?
Yeah, so that's Renegades, which is coming out this December. And to really drive it home here, Renegades is a one-of-a-kind Destiny experience, right? And just like we on the Destiny team have taken inspiration from other genres like dark fantasy or cosmic horror, Renegades takes the space western vibe and aesthetic that is Star Wars, and it puts it through that Destiny lens. And ultimately, it's created a new lawless frontier.
May the Force be with us? Hell yeah!
And so, like, we're so excited to show Renegades off a little bit today and to be talking about it more in the future in September alongside the free major update with Ash and Iron. But right now, today, we're focused on Rite of the Nine and what's right around the corner with the Edge of Fate.
Absolutely. No, I heard a lot of calendars get marked just now on September, but no, super
hell
excited to share more about
fucking
the future.
yeah.
But that actually leads us to the conclusion of today's show, which again we covered a lot.
There's been a lot today.
Yeah, this has been a big show.
Yeah.
Honestly, no, we went through a lot of it. So let's go ahead and quickly double check. We obviously went through, and the Year of Prophecy, pardon me, is going to go ahead and kick off on July 15th, and this kicks off a brand new multi-year Fate saga and our new focus on the core hobby of Destiny. The first expansion, the Edge of Fate, is going to be launching again.
Wait, what do you mean, Wolf?
Noted with its raid launching on July 19th.
Okay, hold up.
Yeah.
So you're going through a lot of information. We already covered that.
Oh, yeah.
But like, you can't just sneak in a raid date. We have a new raid coming with the expansion, July 19th. We're going to have a bunch of blogs. We're going to have the rules, regulations, all that kind of stuff for our raid race.
Of course.
We invite everybody to come in, try to go for that world first title. And yeah, I mean, just stay tuned for more details. We're not going to spoil anything. It's a raid. We got to keep it secret.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, everybody mark your calendars.
Yeah. Bungie.net is the place to go ahead and learn more. And again, follow our social media channels. Do us all a favor. So in addition to that, again, as we noted, Ash and Iron, our first free major update, will be launching on September 9th. Renegades, very exciting, will be launching in December. And then keep an eye again on our social channels. We'll provide all the updates once they're available. But as far as today goes, the Edge of Fate and the entire Year of Prophecy pre-orders are available starting right now. Now, pre-ordering for starters, the Ultimate Edition will go ahead and unlock the New Land Beyond.
New Land Beyond, that exotic sniper.
Ooh, I
can't wait, man.
I can't wait, honestly. That'll be unlockable in addition to several other goodies. And also, we've also got a collector's edition that'll be available. You can see here on screen, it will be coming with an awful lot of very cool stuff, including this cool statue that you may have noticed here that's been sitting with us on stage. This is one that you can go ahead and add to your collection as well, but that's not all that's in there. Is there, Allison?
We got the writing team got a little excited on this one. We
put
a lot of lore goodies into this collector's edition. So like that weird metal thing, that weird envelope. Boy, weird. I wonder what's up with that.
Just decorative points.
You should probably read it. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to do a dramatic reading as soon as
we should go downstairs immediately after.
Really
right after this.
Count me in. And then again, too, as far as today goes, Rite of the Nine. This is the essential prologue to the Edge of Fate, and like all of our events moving forward, it's going to be a free to all players. So make sure and go ahead and check that out when that arrives. And before the show wraps up, make sure and stick around for a little bit longer. We're going to be rating our good friend Sammy Cat as well. So go ahead and give her a follow. Tell her we said
hello. Oh, that's freaking awesome that they're rating Sammy.
Prime subs or anything like that. Go ahead and do us a favor. Drop it over there and check out her stream. She's going to be having a good time. But that concludes it for us here today. So for starters, huge thanks to my teammates here for joining me.
Thank you, Andy.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, yeah. Robbie, Allison,
and
Dylan,
that's a Saturday
for
July 19th.
There we go. We got Ben.
Interesting.
And of course,
surprised they're not doing it on a Friday, which I have a feeling Wolf Rose that's probably going to be down. They're probably going to move it down from a 48 to a 24-hour time frame.
With me on these last couple of days. And of course, to everyone at home, to all of our guardians out there in the community, thank you. It's a tremendous privilege to get the opportunity to share what we've been working on early, and it matters only if you guys show up and join us. So we really appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed. And otherwise, in the meantime, until we see you again, take care of yourselves take care of each other, and we'll see y'all star side.
All right, chat. We're just gonna freaking lower the volume down on that. What matters is that it's not dead on arrival. Exactly. Damn it. Trying to pull up the freaking site. All right. So hold on. So here's what I got so far. I'm gonna leave that playing in the background. Make sure you claim your freaking emblems. Okay, there we go. Make sure you claim your emblems, chat. All right. Let's leave that up and running. Okay, so. Oh, wow, they put it under a queue. Crap. Need 4 more minutes. Now they have to follow through. The first time ever at a Bungie launch. Yeah, you're not wrong. Looks pretty amazing. Hopefully they can pull it off. Oh yeah, definitely. They've got a lot of freaking. They've got a lot to fill, especially after wrapping up the freaking Light and Dark saga. Number 1. Just trying to see if I could find the freaking. So far, there's no. Yeah, so far Steam hasn't popped up yet. So if one of y'all finds it on Steam, yeah, that's the collector's edition. Hey, what's up, Neo? We just got finished watching the dev live stream. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like I can freaking pull it up on Steam. Okay, I'll lower that down a bit. All right, so the collector's edition is up on Bungie's website. I've got it up here on my other screen. I can't show it, unfortunately. So it does. So the collector's edition is $275. Now it contains physical as well as digital items. It comes with a the statue that they showed that was in the area. The statue has like a slogan on the bottom, along with all 3 classes: Titan, Titan Hunter, and Warlock. The detail looks freaking, like, going by these pictures, looks pretty freaking slick, and it looks like it's a big one. Size of the. Where is it? I thought I saw measurements. So you're also going to get a manila envelope with classified contents. Okay. So I think they've wrapped it up. All right. So we're going to mute that. Turn on the music. And we'll check to see if. I think they're still under maintenance. I watched it as well, and there may be enough here to bring me back to Destiny, at least to check out. Oh, absolutely. You know, you want that statue. Oh, dude, Hazy, I won't lie. I really do. I really freaking do. Okay. So with the collection edition, you get a manila envelope with classified contents, a Stranger's Medal badge earned and treasured, code for exclusive emblem, and the the Edge of Fate original soundtrack digital. So the statue alone, I'm gonna tell you right now, I think they paired with a studio. That doesn't say. So now going by the fact that the collector's edition is $275, and that contains the entire year of Year of the Prophecy, I'm willing to wager a guess that they're going to bundle the entire year for $100, which if they do that, they're stupid. It should not be that much. And that's going to have me rightfully concerned. The fact that they do not have it up on Steam, though, I'm on the wager, well, it should be coming out soon because it just hit noon. But it would be on par with all their other updates. But here's the thing. Considering the fact that they're going to biannual updates, right? I think $50 is asking a little too much, especially considering the fact that we're now down to one raid a year and one dungeon, in which they didn't go into details. They didn't explain more about the dungeon system that they talked about in a previous blog. There's a blog post on Bungie's site. All right, bet. Wait, what am I doing? Wrong computer. All right, take it easy, Dan. Talk to you later, brother. All right, so first off, we got an update. All right, here we go. We got the reveal recap. All right, so this is what we have for the overall expansion. We got Edge of Fate number 1. We've already got a date for Renegades, December 2nd, 2025. Okay, we've got Edge of Fate. It's got reward passes, so I'm assuming you're still going to be paying for a battle pass of sorts, right? But they said seasons and major updates available to all players. So that means seasonal content is not behind a paywall anymore. So at best, when you pay for the reward pass, you're paying for that lower tier that we've always seen. So, but all the content is going to be free except for like anything related specifically to the expansion. The expansion is going to be new stories, locations, missions, weapons, gear, raid, and dungeon. So the raid is going to be with the Edge of Fate. The dungeon will be Renegades. No more keys. Bungie, if you're listening, pay attention. Bungie, remove all the prior dungeon keys. Get rid of them. Seriously. Streamline your shit. Major update. New and reprised activities. Sandbox meta. New events. New modifiers and challenges. New gear and artifact mods. Reward pass. Exotic weapon and ornaments. Legendary weapon and armor ornaments. Cosmetics and more. So I'm wondering if that's going to be changing it up as well. So let's keep going on. So Right of the Nine starts today, free for all. Destiny 2, Edge of Fate expansion, paid. Core game updates, Ash of Iron, available for all. Renegades, paid. Shadow and Order, available for all. All right. So we got the new destination, which, by the way, it's like a mix of, this is just me, it's like a mix of like several locations that we've seen before. But I'm liking the vibe. The portal definitely feels like a major step in the right direction for a long time. Now, I am, like many other people, I am going to miss the destinations. And it makes me beg the question, are we still going to have a destination style map, if you will? Okay. We got some examples of the solo ops. Quick play, normal, advanced, expert, master. Oh, nice. Conflux, salt mines, creation. Wonder what those are. It's going to be interesting. Now, the Armor 3.0. This has been like so freaking needed in this game for the longest time. You're almost at 1,000 subs. Congrats. Bro, it's been a slow and steady climb, and I'm just thankful for the progress I've been making over on YouTube. Freaking my watch hours are like the biggest thing right now for me. Once I get the watch hours, I'll be able to start being monetized over there. Weekly update? Yeah. Okay. So anyways, so here's an example of the bonus sets that we're going to be getting. 2-piece force converter. After a final blow with any rocket or grenade launcher, sprint for a short time to gain speed booster. Interesting. Once per activation of Force Converter, sprinting while at critical health, being suspended, or being slowed by stasis effect will immediately grant speed booster for a short duration. So we have something that is going to be able to counter slow. Thank God. I like that. Those are that right there is like meaningful. So like if you're going into stasis, right? If you're going into against enemies that are going to have stasis, absolutely freaking fantastic. Now, how they're going to implement this is going to be very, very interesting. All right, let me freaking... Oh, yeah. By the way, chat, I just refreshed over at Steam. Still don't see Edge of Fate, but all DLC is heavily discounted right now. Chat, Light and Darkness Collection is $37.50 on Steam. The Legacy Collection is $10.49. Everything's heavily discounted. Still can't use Edge Transit correctly? What do you mean? Edge Transit's still freaking boss. Okay, the fact that we're getting finally a shooting range, an absolute freaking... The Edge of Fate is $40 Xbox? Come on, freaking Steam, update your freaking pricing, you freaking couillons. All right, let me see if I could freaking... Hold on. Shit. No. Oops. Let me see if I can, shopping. Hate using this tab. Yeah, Google hasn't pulled it yet. I'm going to refresh it here, see if we can get it to... But yeah, all the freaking DLC is currently on sale right now. So Bungie is like, hey, if you want to get caught up, Bungie, I'm going to say this right now. 1 second, Bungie, you still need to fix this. Get the damn dungeon keys in that freaking collection. All right. So yeah, they still haven't gotten freaking... Let me see. Okay, we got an update, which, by the way, let's pull up that real quick. Where was it? Edge of Fate, Bungie.net. Okay, here we go. Here's the update for today's game. Sorry, I'm like ping-ponging all over the place right now, chat. Forgive me. Okay, Trials of Osiris. Basically, they made some tweaks to the game, did some tweaks to competitive. PvPers, I'd recommend you read those. Thunder Doctrine fixed an issue where timers were not visually functioning as intended with Finality's Augur equipped. Nice. Fixed an issue when facing the corrupted puppeteer where the nuclear core could not be deposited after the team wipe mechanic starts. Nice. Warlord's Ruin fixed an issue that could cause a soft lock after dying in the maze. Nice. Garden of Salvation, Vault of Glass, and King's Fall fixed an issue where raid banners could be placed at the last moment before starting an encounter and kept after the encounter began. Interesting. Okay. Legendary weapons, hand cannons, increased ADS, made some adjustments to submachine guns, high packs. I think this is all PvP changes because they really didn't specify if any of these are PvE. Weapon perks, makes an adjustment, took one quiet moment, and alacrity. Lord of Wolves, it got nerfed 30%, but it should still be viable. Don't count it out. Increase the zoom on Risk Runner. Increase the amount of ammo picked up from ammo crates on Truth and Two-Tail. And they cut the cost for the special ammo bricks and the... Ooh. Nice. Finality's Augur, they made some adjustments and reduced the turret's self-damage by 85%, increased the turret's damage by 10%. Ooh, automatic reload from reserves after deploying a turret. Nice. I think Radiant's Dance Machines got freaking nerfed. And then it got Line Rampart's got a RDM treatment. Weird. Capri's Horn fixing an issue where ignition is caused by the wave of solar energy would not stun unstoppable champions. Okay, cool beans. Lunafaction. I think this is all PvP related right there. All right, some fixes to armor customization, abilities, crucible only. Oh, Hunters got nerfed in PvP. Could this be the end of the reign of PvP Hunters? Okay, Warlock. They fixed the Sun of the Cell Nightfall not being found in Fireteam Finder. Okay, let me refresh, see if the stores are picking it up yet. All right, let me go here. Steam, why are you? Oh my God, this is what I get for freaking. Okay, let me read this. So they gave Path of Burning steps to legendary armor. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Keep scrolling in the blog post to see what is included in the different tiers. Okay. All right, we're going back to this. All right, Renegade arrives. Dude, I'm sorry. That's got me stoked as fuck. Pre-order information. Fate of the Edge of Fate pre-order. Campaign, new raid, 1 active rewards pass. Stop it! Oh, I hate that. 1 active reward pass. So if we go back up here, what do we see, chat? Reward pass, reward pass. You motherfucker. In other words, we're going to have to buy one of these. God. Bungie. It's not how you should be doing it. Okay. Wait. Okay. So Year of the Prophecy. So basically, if you go for the whole year, right? The Edge of Fate and Renegade's campaign, new raid and dungeon, 1 active reward pass, then 3 reward passes. So this bundle, you get the entire year of content, including passes. But let's say I want to go with just Edge of Fate for now. I'm only going to get 1 pass. And then this is the Ultimate Edition. Wait. So wait a second. Yeah, I get that, but mother. All right. Ultimate Edition. Fate and Renegades campaign. Raid and dungeon. Active reward pass, and then 3 reward passes. Instant unlock, sniper rifle, new land beyond. So let me get this right, Bungie. Let me get this right. Because let's say I am not convinced to buy out the entire year of content. I decide to only go with the Edge of Fate. I lose out on this weapon. But I'm pre-ordering your game, your expansion here. So you're going to nickel and dime me 1 reward pass, and then I can't get an exotic. I'm sorry. That is, I'm going to call it like I see it. That is freaking nickel and dime shit. And here I was hoping that Bungie was going to lose sight of their freaking, we're going to just freaking penny pinch. No, they got to do it. You lose out on the instant unlocks. is so fracking stupid. You would still get the sniper, but it's not instant like the fusion. But see, they don't mention that, right? They don't mention that that if I pre-order this, I'm still going to get the sniper. Like, to me, if I'm still going to get the sniper rifle, but it's going to come at launch of the, okay, cool. Then that's great. Put that there. No Land Beyond upon release of content. Because otherwise, I don't feel like it's worth it. And if they're still going to nickel and dime me here, which I'm pre-ordering your freaking your 6 months of content, why are you shortchanging me? Yeah, I've got some things to say about this, and Bungie, why are you doing this shit? Why are you doing this shit? In the year of our Lord 2025, of all the fucking years, this is when you need to cut your shit out. Like, cool, you want to freaking make like different pre-orders, one for Renegades, one for Edge of Fate. Cool. If you're pre-ordering, let us get the battle passes in the freaking pre-order, number one. I know, Hazy, I know they want us to freaking pony up that $100. But like I said, me personally, from my place, okay, I can afford that $100. Like, I can go drop $100 right now, no problem. But I am also considerate and thinking of other players as well. Players that are not in my position, right? But not only that, from a consumer standpoint. Like, Edge of Fate is supposed to encompass 6 months of content, right? So why am I being shortchanged? Number one, right? And then this pre-order, it looks like it's got everything, and that's great. But then when you read through, you realize, oh, wait, shit, I don't. And let's be honest, the $20, cosmetics that don't mean shit. I don't want cosmetics. Cosmetics mean absolute shit for me. Because the content is what they need to be focusing on. So, Bungie, this needs to have 2 passes, number one. Number two, specify the freaking No Land Beyond. If I get it, if I pre-order this, that if I get it at launch of content, cool. Specify it here. Otherwise, this is a waste. This is an absolute waste. And I'm not even considering buying this. Trying not to be a freaking negative Nancy about this shit, but it's really just... Like I said, when it boiled down to this, pricing was going to be the biggest, whether or not it was going to fail or succeed. And already it's showing that they're doing their dumb shit. And they're willing to to shoot themselves in the foot. All right, let me see if store page has no. I wonder if I'm going to have to freaking shut it down and freaking start it back up. All right. Shut down Steam. And I mean, chat, go ahead and fill in, like, let me know how you feel. Do you feel the same way? Do you think I'm taking it too far? Let me know. Yeah, Steam does not have it up yet. Nope, there it is. There it is. Okay. So this one is $40 on Steam, which we already know. Pre-purchase, new campaign. Pre-purchase now receive Exotic Ghost, Legendary Emblem. Does not mention anything about getting a pass. So Edge of Fate has not been freaking... Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. Year of Prophecy. Here we go. All right. So that's the Ghost Shell emblem. Year of Prophecy. Reward passes. Compare the editions. Here we go. Copy page URL because it won't let me zoom in. Oh, you freaking... Let's... All right. Can I zoom? No, I can't. Hold on. Let me just copy the page URL, put it here. All right. Blowing this up. Can't freaking... Oh, my God. Dude. Windows. Cut your shit. Okay, here we go. All right. So, Edge of Fate content. Check, check. Edge of Fate pre-order exclusive items. Check, check, check. Renegades campaign only on Prophecy. Renegades pre-order only on Prophecy. Active reward pass. Check, check. 3-time reward passes only on Year of Prophecy. No Land Beyond exotic sniper rifle. So if you're reading that, just like I am, as a player, that screams to me that the only way I can get the No Land Beyond exotic sniper rifle is to get the Year of Prophecy. Yeah, Parzival, they announced that the No Land Beyond exotic sniper rifle is coming back in Edge of Fate. But it's kind of like the Tessellation with Final Shape, where it's a pre-order weapon. My pre-order ain't moving. Oh, yeah, dude. I wouldn't be surprised if people are, like, hounding the shit out of it. So, I kind of want to stick my freaking neck in... Are you excited for what's coming? Jojo, I'll put it like this. Apparently you must have stepped away. Here's the thing. I am loving what I'm seeing. From core mechanic changes to changes to the armor and the weapons, to the new content. I'm loving what I'm seeing. one of my biggest gripes has always been with Destiny 2 monetization. And I said this months in advance. You can ask anybody that's in my stream. I said that if Bungie tried to sell the expansion, the biannual expansion for $40, anything more than $40, it would be dead on arrival. Bungie listened. $40. Asterisk. But we've got a $40 edition. We've got a $80 edition that includes the entire year. And then we've got a $100 edition. Bungie has pissed me off. So number one, once again, I can afford the Year of Prophecy. I'm advocating for those that have to choose, I can only afford $40 now and then $40 later. So essentially, Standard Edition only gets one reward pass. The fuck? But if I buy the entire year at $80, I get all the passes. Okay, cool. But then for $20 more, $20 more, I can get a goddamn exotic. Tell me where that makes sense. But here's the thing. They don't specify, right? Like I said, bad wording. They don't say there that, that's instant unlock or available at launch. Clarity. And I know why they did it this way, to make people think, if I want the sniper rifle, I have to get the $100 edition. Bad. And as I said, I can afford the $100. I can click buy now. Done. I'm good. I'm good for the year. I don't want to. Jojo, I got to keep it a little chill. Some platforms don't like over aggressiveness. I can afford this, but I don't want to. They need to come back and they need to clarify this right now. Number one, if I decide that I want to do the $50, that I'm going to get the sniper rifle at launch. If that's the case, cool. I can wait until July 15th to get a freaking sniper rifle. Whoop-de-doo, Basil. But my other bit, why am I only getting one reward pass for $40? Where $80, I get all four. Okay? At which point, I'm going to say this. I don't need these goddamn exotics. I don't need these freaking, extra stash, currency pack, blah, 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 blah. If I can get all the content that I want for $80 for an entire year and then wait 2 months-ish, 2 months and change to get a sniper rifle, okay, bet. I'm good. I'm Gucci. Because at that point, that's cheaper than what we've been paying. Turn the chat volume down. Chat, turn the volume down and watch Cajun Geek look like dudes giving the cops a hard time with all the hand waving. Yeah. But seriously, $80 at that point, if I know for certain I can get the sniper rifle at launch, not instant unlock, at launch, $80 is a better value than freaking paying $100 and getting it now. So Bungie's got to fix two things. $40 edition, 2 passes. Clarity on the exotic. Bungie needs to fix that now. Outside of that, the reveal was freaking on point. Why would the 40 get 2 passes? because the 80 version gets 4. Make it make sense. Think about it. Think about it, Hazy. If I pay $40 and get the year of content and I'm getting 4 passes, 1 active, 3 reward, meaning those other 3 are going to get claimed with the other seasons, right? Then why is the 40 only getting 1? Think about it. They're going to nickel and dime you for that other pass, which that 40 is then, willing to bet you, $15 for that reward pass, which that 40 now turns into $55. So if you split it up, if you can't afford 80 and you decide to go 40, you're now going to pay $55 by the end of the freaking 6 months, which means that when Renegades comes around, you're going to do another $55. And guess what? They just got you for $105 and you didn't get the sniper rifle unlocked. Like I said, nickel and dime the fuck out of the player base. So I am going to word my thoughts. I am going to I want to make this abundantly clear. The reveal, top notch, on point, fucking fantastic. And Jay Parzival, I want to say this. Yes, that has been Bungie for a long time. That's been Bungie since day one. But Bungie needs to stop. They need to stop that shit. People have been screaming from the high heavens, from the mountaintops, to stop nickeling and dime the player base. They've been screaming that for a long time, and you would think at some point they would get the frickin' hint. But they don't. And even me, as a content creator, am getting fed up with it. And once again, it's not because I'm a negative SOB. It's not because I can't afford it. It's because I hear from my community time and time and time again that players can say they can't afford the content, especially at the rate that it comes out. And I understand that. So I decide that I'm going to use my voice for those that can't get their voices up there high enough. Because I have a platform. Because I am a Destiny 2 creator. I'm going to use my voice to advocate for those that feel that they can't. And it's not, and you're right, JoJo. It's not just my community. It's also tons of other people. And like I said, I'm going to do what I can to raise my voice, to get it heard, so that Bungie understands, hey, enough is enough. Treat your player base with respect. And I'm sorry if it feels like I'm crashing out. It's just, I really had hope that Bungie was going to come into this new style of content layout with a better view site or better way of doing monetization. Grade A crash out? Yeah, probably. Oh, I'm sure the toxic portion of the Destiny 2 community would have a field day with my crash out. Anyways. But it's, anyways, and I thank you for that. And Jeremy, I try to advocate. Look, I listen to a lot of sides when it comes to debates and disagreements, in regards to Destiny 2, the feedback. I try to advocate for those that, financially can't afford to get the content that they want to be able to play. And I get that. One of the biggest gripes I've always had with Destiny is how they monetize their barrier for entry into the game. Like, I'm going to say this right now. Let's go back to Destiny 2. Okay. 1 second. Make this freaking easier for me. Page DLC. Okay. Like this right here. I know it's probably hard to see, but like this shit. Okay. The freaking Light and Darkness collection. Okay. It's costs $150. So if someone wanted to jump into the game before this sale, $150, but here's the kicker. It doesn't include dungeon keys. It doesn't include dungeon keys, and that's an additional $40. right there. Why? Why, Bungie? Why? That whole collection should be at best $60 with everything. Everything. You want your cost of entry barrier to be as low as possible while still making money for you, so that way you get more players in and it's not confusing AF. World of Warcraft learned this, Final Fantasy learned this, and other MMOs have learned this time and time and time again. And I will stand by this till I'm 6 feet under. Dungeon keys were the worst thing you ever did in this game. Point blank, period. And that's including the DCV, which is a whole separate conversation. You're right, Jojo. But Jojo, once again, that's a whole separate conversation when it comes to live service games. You don't own the game, you pay for a license to access it. Whereas when you play a single player game that does not require an internet connection, in a sense, as long as you have a physical copy or the freaking installation stuff, you technically own it as long as you have the data. Right? Like I said, Chad, up until the price points, Bungie was hitting it left and right. And once again, I've got some time to think about this. I've got 2 months to decide whether or not I'm going to get. But at the same time, I'm going to make my voice heard. That they need to clarify. Number one, to go with the flow. Jojo, I'm going to say this respectfully. I'm going to stand 10 toes on this. Bungie needs to clarify the comms on the exotic number 1. Okay? For the other editions, are we getting it at launch? Specify, because if you're locking it behind an Ultimate Edition, I will stop playing Destiny. I'm going to say that again. If they are locking an exotic behind, now I'm not talking about instant unlock. I'm talking about complete lock behind a Ultimate Edition. I'm done with Destiny. In regards to the pre-order for Edge of Fate, that needs to be adjusted. That needs to be 2 reward passes. The fact that they are trying to nickel and dime is beyond stupid and not good. And I don't want to hear this, oh, we hear your feedback. Then give a response. Have somebody respond to my complaint about this item. And you got until July 15th to do it. That after how many years? Jojo, I left World of Warcraft after 10 years. I play World of Warcraft since vanilla beta, okay? I left and I do not look back. I have made my peace with that franchise and that freaking game. And I have no qualms. I have no problem writing off another franchise, and I'll do it with if they are going to keep being the way that they are, okay, bet. And I know that I'll lose viewers. I'll know that I'll lose engagement. I'll know that I'll lose mutuals and friends. I want to say this so that people understand. I don't care. I do the content that I want to do. I do the content that I enjoy. I support the games that I feel are worth supporting. End of discussion. But I will also be the biggest critical fan and voice when they are stepping out of line. You'll never lose, JoJo. I got you back, sir. Thank you, JoJo. Hey, Crunchy Cobb, how's it going? Thank you so much for the freaking, for the tier 1 sub, 15 months, brother. Thank you so much. It's more than likely it's going to be a pre-order bonus so that you can get it early, but it will be available later on. Yeah, like I said, they need clarity. They need to clarify big time. So, anyways, chat, I got to bounce because I got freaking work. I got to do the job that pays my bills, that let me does this shit. I'll be back tomorrow, right of the 9, GMs, all that jazz, and a bag of chips. Anyways, in the meantime, chat, y'all take it easy. We're not going to raid out. I'm just going to shut it all down. In the meantime, y'all take it easy. Do the self-care. Eat the food, drink the water, take the meds if you need to. But above all else, treat yourself, respect yourself. I will see you beautiful individuals tomorrow. Love your faces. I'm out of here. TikTok, YouTube, it's been a blast. Y'all have funsies. Laters.